This college basketball picks edition of the Sports Gambling Podcast is brought to you by Kalshi. Make real money predicting sports. Kalshi is available in all 50 states, and you get $20 free with promo code SGPN. That's Kalshi, promo code SGPN.
Hey, folks, this is Bud Foster. You're listening to SGPN. Let's let it ride. Go Hokies, man.
He's one of those guys who will get penetration.
Welcome everyone to the Sports Gambling Podcast. I'm Sean, stacking the money green with my partner in picks, Ryan, Real Money Kramer. What's happening, Kramer?
Dog. Sean, I found the coolest tool on the internet.
Really?
Yep. It's basically it's taken over the cap and or spot track, whatever your favorite contract database is, and turned it into a interactable thing where you can adjust your team's salaries and play around with the roster in the off season. So
Ryan, that means
what
we're
going to do today, right?
In the football off season. No, Ryan, we're talking college hoops.
Oh, damn.
Diving back in.
I have a demonstration planned and everything.
We got our snorkel masks ready to sync up with the deep sea diver from the college experience, Colby Dant, aka Pick Dundee. What's happening, Colby?
Colby's not here yet. Hold on.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I think he left.
Where did he go?
I don't know.
We just spent 30 minutes dialing in Colby's audio. Oh, there he is. What's up, Colby?
Hi, how are you? Good day to you.
Well, first off, we were dialing in Colby's audio. That's why we're a little late on the live. But Colby, play the people. Maybe our audience hasn't heard this song.
I haven't heard
that we were using. No, Colby found it. I don't know if it's AI or if it's real.
There are a number of what I believe to be AI artists that have music published in this kind of same type of. It's not that far off the point spread song in a way.
Yeah.
The
point spread song is a real artist, though. That's what AI could not match the point spread.
I
song.
believe this is AI, and the best part is you can play it and not get sued. So,
here you go.
Yeah, and giving you a classic on 93.4 WSGPN.
Oh, that was nice.
The first time I ever saw your dick, I had never seen anything so big and thick.
That is Phoenix Lock
just
music.
In time, just in time for Valentine's Day. We got a very special college basketball show on the third or later on this week, Ryan, with a very special sponsor for lovers. You're gonna want to tune in.
All right. I understand it's a long weekend. I believe a President's Weekend coming up. Just trust me. Put that episode in the hopper. It's going to be an episode where we are breaking down Saturday games only. So we'll have tons of shelf life.
Yep.
Colby has a mandate, no Friday games on that episode. But
are you guys not in Vegas? Then I take it. Is that why?
Come on, Ryan.
Is that really why?
I want a couple of Friday late night games.
Okay. Maybe one.
Okay.
Well, but you always get then it turns into this weird thing where I see a text from Sean to Colby in the afternoon or maybe early afternoon or morning that says, "Who do you like?"
Yeah.
And then I
got bitter.
I take my nap and I wake up to a text of Sean writing to whoever Colby suggested Sean take. Fucking sucks.
Well,
so maybe
it's accountability, and I trust that Colby's going to get it right this Friday.
Hold on. So I get it. You're talking about the Michigan State Sparty game, or because
insert every week
or the Michigan. No, well, last week we didn't play, but I thought you were referring to this, Sean. I gave you value on Kansas, which is looking better after last night, by the way.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I put it with Darnold MVP on the Super Bowl, and Kenneth Walker won that. But good transition, Colby. You were.
But hold on. Yeah. He hits me up on a private message away from the group.
Oh.
Play. Well, what's got good value, right? And I go Kansas. He goes, it can't be Kansas. right? And it was like almost like he was bothered that I had given you Kansas, right? At least the way I was reading the text messages, at least.
Oh well, I mean, I was simply just trying to avoid I also knew that there's a 0% chance that I believe in Bill Self going all the way. So for two reasons, both I didn't want to have the same thing as Sean, and I don't even know why I texted you because I was always just going to take Houston. I think I was just hoping you were going to validate my
secret messages, Sean. Secret messages. So I'm saying, watch out, because he clearly went behind your back here, and then he was agitated when I said Kansas again. You know,
I was sourcing.
You got to watch this guy, Sean. Who knows what's happening back there?
Surprise in the show.
Well, because I hit up Colby, and then he gave me Kansas, and then Kramer's like, I hit up Colby too. I got Houston, and I go, what? He's giving us two different plays.
Yeah. No. Yeah, because
I left out the part where he gave me like 6 teams.
I knew he didn't. Well, once he pushed away Kansas, then I was like, okay, here's a few teams that I think there's value on, but I had strictly given you Kansas, and those odds are probably way better right now if you took it.
Well, after that big game.
Yeah, we got to talk about Peterson. What's going on with this kid, Colby? He, of course, it's seemingly like he didn't end up playing. There was great value on Kansas at home against Arizona. The streak continues of Kansas not losing on Big Monday. Arizona, I think it closed like 5.5-point favorites, but Peterson was like touch and go. Then there was video of someone like texting that Peterson was out and overhearing a Bill Self conversation. Give us a recap of what's going on.
Well, I've heard that. Well, this has been happening all year. When you bet Kansas, you have no idea if he's playing or not. And from what I understand, there's a lot of rumors around this, so I don't know. I'm strictly speculating on other people that we've talked to. That there's apparently I've heard his parents are huge distractions with the NIL money. And I've heard that it's just been a nightmare, but this is a rumor, nothing official there. But I know if you look at the track record, he misses so many games, or he plays just 10 minutes and then he's out. It just seems so strange. It seems like Ben Simmons in the college game to a certain extent. You know what I mean? Like
management has come to college basketball.
Who was the player from that played at big time prospect, went to Missouri, and then like got almost injured and then just decided to sit out for like a long, like just kept
that Porter?
Michael Porter Jr. I think was. He
Missouri?
Yeah. Is that right?
He's ended up. His brother's doing time for a gambling scandal.
Is it a situation like that, or is it just the alleged the parents are just like managing minutes?
It's all speculative. I don't manage. You're an 18-year-old kid in college. What the fuck? Like this is.
I'm just speculating. They're trying to manage his draft stock. Whoever's involved would be my takeaway.
If that seems weird to you, Colby, it's definitely not. I mean, I would say that that's not weird.
I think he could tear an ACL, and he'd still be a top 10 pick.
Yeah, that's the way the NBA works. But also, like, as someone who's been in the youth sports streets, like this is what it gets like. Yeah. You have every like so far every really good team that we've been a part of. There's a couple standalone parents and then a couple like power couples of parents that are just way too fucking involved in their kids. So I can imagine at the high stakes level of like a future NBA player.
Yeah.
You have to be a real fucking ball buster. And part of it is, he's probably where he is today because of it, but also they suck. Anyway.
But to Colby's point, an 18-year-old kid doesn't need to manage his minutes.
You're still going to have to practice. Look, when you go to the NBA draft thing, you're still going to have to practice in these leagues. So they evaluate you there. Like, I don't get it. Like you still have to play. You have to be playing to stay sharp. You have to. Basketball is like that. You know what I mean? Like, so
it's not the minutes. It's the fact that the parents know best. They're dealing with a parent, like, it's crazy to see happen at a collegiate, like top shelf collegiate program level.
Yeah, no, it's a shame. I mean, I feel like our generation is responsible for like really destroying sport. And I think this is a clear example. I mean, if that's true, I mean, maybe he has a hamstring injury. What did he say? Flu yesterday? I guess that's possible. I mean, like
someone tweeted out the daddy or one of those. No, it was was it Billy Madison, where he doesn't go to school because he's sick.
Yeah.
And he's like playing basketball. He's got the thermometer under whatever that Sandler scene
Am I
was.
crazy? Wouldn't you just want to play with your friends? First off, nationally televised game against the top team in the country who's undefeated. Where's your competitive streak like within you? Like,
so
take away the money. I would be like, dude, this is a chance to beat the number 1 team in the country.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, it's a massive red flag if you're drafted.
My explanation, again, kind of observing youth athletes, both male and female, is there is so much opportunity to play at the quote unquote high level that most kids don't have the competitive drive you're talking about of just wanting to go like beat the other team.
I mean, guys, I have this with downloads with you pricks. You know what I mean? It's just naturally there. Now, I'm just like, hey, fuck these guys, right?
But that doesn't exist now. That's the thing that I think what's broken in it is the raising of these kids through AAU or whatever it is, where they learn that they're more important than the team. And so then your point on competitive drive, it becomes competitive drive for yourself. So if the goal is to make the NBA, not win a national championship, fuck you. Why would I go to this practice, or why would I play the whole game here?
But also, how does it feel that you think you're such a hot shot and they just go beat the number 1 team without you?
Yeah, no,
I think certainly like to me, the message becomes, do you really want to be that person? Right. We've experienced
the message is parenting. Like, to me, like that, like he's still 18. I don't blame Peterson. I blame the parents. You are who you are. You know, you are who you are when you go through life. And it's like, to me, this is on mom and dad saying, no, son, you should play. You should play. This is a great privilege you have to play this game. First off, to be healthy enough to fucking play the game, even though if he's truly healthy. And then you're playing at a legendary stadium for a legendary coach under a fan base that you'll never experience in the NBA or whatever country you play in, right? So enjoy the moment. Go get some scattered ass after this. Yeah.
It's at the Fog and you're a dog on Big Monday. Like, if that doesn't get your competitive juices flowing, nothing's going to.
Yeah, these kids, they're not romantic about the sport. I think that's the key. And the parents certainly enable it, but you like the way that I explain it to my daughter when we've experienced this. It's like, well, you have to try to understand what their goal is versus what your goal is. And I think it's in life, you're going to be side by side with people who have a different goal than you. And it's going to be a shitty goal, just like this one. That's going to result in them being almost unfathomably selfish. And it's a good lesson to learn, because guess what? Like what Sean said, and what I think it certainly puts in every youth sports league I ever participated in, a child had a rating behind the scene that was mostly made up of, how much of an athlete were they? How well did they play the sport, and what were their parents like? And you always in the scouting report, you knew when you had those parents that were just trouble. And I think you just exclude yourself from being an interesting player for a lot of teams.
I would say
maybe it bites them in the ass. Maybe it doesn't.
I would say this started with John Elway, but I don't know that without the internet being around. So I'm going to put it on Eli Manning. I think Eli Manning might have been the one to start this.
Started when kids started being able to leave their club AAU team and go to another one because that coach is the problem, not me. That's when this actually started.
It's the parents though. Like this, I guarantee you, if I tried this shit, dude, I guarantee you if I did this, I'm in my 40s. If my dad saw me do this now, he'd be like, what the fuck are you doing? Right?
Colby, I can't wait for White Tiger to be getting in the sports streets.
Dude.
All I would say as a friend is just remember where you're at. No need to get hot and bothered.
All right, let's get to the games. We got a massive slate to break down.
Colby.
I'm surprised you aren't talking about the bigger story, or one of the bigger stories is John Shire. Faking a couple punches, or lying about my team. My coaches got They were bleeding from the lip. They got punched. Hey, guess what? Here's the best thing about that game is like ESPN sends like 10 billion cameras because that's the most expensive basketball game of the season. No proof of that. There is proof of a water bottle being thrown by a fan, but guess what? Even better is all these Duke losers. They then see, and shout out to Mac and all the people on the internet showing when Carolina won at Cameron Indoor in the past couple years. Their players getting hit by 3 water bottles. And did you hear Hubert Davis say a fucking thing? No, you didn't. I mean, come on, this is the all-time bitch move here, right?
They're just the ultimate bad guy. I mean, it goes back to Grayson Allen. They just are like the whiniest rich kid punk school, and college basketball needs a bad guy. So it's fun that we have frame by frame, like the Zapruder film, breaking down these court stormings of guys actually got hit with stuff or actually got punched. I'm sure they're making it up. And yeah, they're anti-court.
It would have already came out. It would have already came out. I mean, come on, there were so many things like on that, and then I just look. They're trying to ruin it for us all. I think we should be playing Tom. In fact, I should have loaded it up for this show. Tom Izzo's clip when he got stormed on, because there's been like 30 stormings this season. Tom Izzo got stormed what two weeks ago at Nebraska. When they asked him, he said, "I think it's fantastic. I love it. I was hoping that was it. I was hoping they were going to destroy me."
Well,
right?
and it's got to feel shitty as a player to get stormed on. Well, that should motivate you next week or next time you're in that spot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Using the excuse of, I think the last Duke excuse was like my player got
safety.
run into player safety.
We got guys and
it's like, come on, guys.
We got to get Jay
Well,
Billis back on the show.
Oh, and let's talk about this for a second with the water bottle thing, even because they hit Carolina players with 3 water bottles. So I mean, but Ed Cooley hit a coach hit a fan with the water bottle earlier this year. No one talked about that shit besides us, right? I feel like not that many publications talked about Ed Cooley hitting a fan with the water bottle, hitting like a 5-year-old with the water bottle. And that was no big deal. So now Shire's crying. Oh my God, a water bottle hit one of my coaches. And did you see the way the best part is Shire goes, I got a wife and kids. I got a family to worry about. Like, what are you talking? What are you going to Nam? What is this?
Yeah,
what is this?
My football coach, he got hit in the head with a frying pan, courtesy of his wife. He showed up to practice the next day with a chipped tooth and said he didn't want to talk about it.
Really?
We eventually found out the story, but yeah, this is Cooley.
Ed
just
Cooley.
whipping a
Just
Oh my
nails
God.
a baby right in the face. Yeah.
Fires that song.
Oh man, it hit that chick right in the forearm. But
No,
that baby
she's
is sure-
carrying a baby.
No,
Yeah.
that's
It's
the baby.
Yeah. That's the baby
wow.
in a black
Remember we went
sweatshirt. Yeah.
slow-mo? Watch
Yes,
this.
don't hit the baby. Like South
First
Park.
of all
don't
right.
kick the baby.
He steps into it. He's clearly trying to throw it high and releases late, and then
Yeah. He did not hit the cutoff, man.
I didn't hear coaches afterwards say it.
That's a baby in front of her, right in the baby's head.
Human shield. The baby.
Oh, look at that! You can see the water
Uh,
bottle over
we-
the
we-
face.
I didn't hear fans saying that the coaches shouldn't have water bottles anymore.
Yeah, come on. It's all clown shit. Let's go. Let's talk about some games.
Sean's had enough chit chat, Colby. We'll have to save the rest for more questions than answers. All right. Back at it. It's been a little while because football was happening. Big important football too. I don't know if you saw the numbers. Last thing we'll talk about. Turns out people like
Didn't.
the NFL more than anything.
No, wow.
By a lot.
Wow.
It wasn't even close. Pretty disgusting. They made so much more money than the other leagues. The graphic I saw too, I don't have it to put up on the screen, but it for some reason it included MLS. It was very like, why would you embarrass the MLS
Yeah, come on,
like
they
that?
don't
They were
need-
just they were a fraction of the NHL. It was very embarrassing to soccer. Iowa, Maryland. We're heading to College Park, 3 p.m. on Wednesday. Iowa laying 10.5. Excellent. This is a very artistic logo on both sides, Colby. Very enjoyable.
You're welcome.
Yeah, nice work on the slides. So yeah, Iowa laying a big number here on the road. But I don't know if you've read some of the message board material about Buzz. My God. This is Maryland's. Maryland's the first fan base that.
What was he? What was he at Epstein Island?
Immediately rejected.
They're going to be They're going to be trying to find some Epstein Island emails to get him. It's coming off a big win against Minnesota on the road. That's what
we were on that. Yeah.
Maryland's 2-6 ATS off a win. Iowa, you don't normally like as a road favorite, but they've been okay in this spot. Maryland's defense, not what you normally expect from a buzz led team. I think Iowa's the play, even though it's a big number. Colby, what are you doing?
Now, I will say this: Buzz first year teams always suck.
Yeah,
like
not this bad.
Okay, well, some of this though is Pharrell Payne's out for the year. Miles Rice has missed a bunch of time. Miles Rice, a game time decision for this game. That should be noted. Iowa is a bottom 7 team in pace. And although Ben McCullum and have you guys caught Bennett Sturts? Remember the former kid from Drake who was at Northwestern State the time before that, or Southwest, whatever the fuck that school was. He's nasty at Iowa, but I don't like I took Northwestern against Iowa the other night, got cashed on the points there. Maryland, I believe, is healthier, and it's a strange game. You know, like I don't. This is like even though they've expanded since then, I still feel like it's a strange game. You have 2 first-year head coaches never going against each other. All right, so I think Maryland and the points are the play, and
Really?
yeah,
I'm taking Iowa late in 10.5. Totals 141.5. Kramer, what are you doing?
Well, I was just I watched the press conference. Buzz was talking about how he's really starting to understand the Terrapin culture, and feels like things are gonna start turning for the better here.
How about Kevin Willard? How about Kevin Willard, who played at Georgetown, and he was bitching at these a bunch of Maryland fans showed up to the Georgetown game to boo him and give him a hard time, and he was pretty upset about that. Kevin Willard was. Why would they do that with their time? Why would they do that? And as you see, we won. But yeah, I'll take the points, man. I actually kind of think this could be, if you're looking for a crazy live dog, I think this really could. I just think Maryland's healthier.
So Buzz is back. All right, let's go. Buzz is back.
Yeah.
Buzz is back. Money line play. All right.
Let's go.
Slide 3:30 p.m. on the West Coast. We're in Columbus, Ohio. USC taking on Ohio State. Ohio State laying 6.5. Yeah, I saw Epstein was writing a lot of checks to Ohio State. I saw some people did some graphical imagery on what schools have been mentioned the most in the emails. Both of these schools were pretty high up on the list. I'll say.
Well, hold on. I haven't been listening to your guys' NFL show. Has he answered the New York Giants?
There's nothing to answer.
Oh man, the co-owner of the Giants. Oh my God! Like I feel like his smoking gun is way worse than everyone else's, right?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Oh well, yeah. His statement makes him even more guilty.
Didn't help.
And so yeah, I mean, I did address this, but I believe it explains why the Giants welcome the Koch family in to a minority ownership state. Because
I'm sure they're clean, right?
Oh, I mean, I would be surprised if any of these people are clean.
The first time I ever saw your dick, I had never seen anything so big and thick.
Well, yeah, I think this also didn't seem to surprise a ton of Steve Tisch was already someone that the Giants fandom wasn't a huge fan of. So, yeah, that's the official statement. He can be
the Woody Johnson one's alarming too. I feel like every time you have Johnson and Johnson, you're just looking at my son's got the baby powder shit. You're looking at this, you're like, this is filthy. This filthy shit out of here.
Well, I think the reality is if you had a lot of money, this guy was trying to get your money and you probably got an invite.
I appreciated the few Cardinal fans I saw retweeting that. Glad to see Bidwell's not on the list. Just dog shit football over the years, right? Just something
Each says their own angle.
Yeah.
I mean, it's surprising Tom Brady wasn't mentioned at all.
He could still be protected. They haven't released the whole list, right? They only
who knows?
Isn't it just a percentage of the list?
We're all part of the theater, Colby. Unfortunately, Ohio State's laying 6.5 here. I think USC was mentioned more than Ohio State in the files officially. Colby.
Well, all those movie producers, didn't they go to USC?
Yeah,
I feel like every TV exec that was over at Epstein Island.
Well, again, they were just there for a science fair.
This 6.5 feels a hair high for USC, who close win at Penn State, but now you're used to the East Coast. 6.5. I don't know. Can Ohio State get this cover?
Well, we're gonna need to know that Chad Baker Mazzara, who's like 35 years old, is playing this game because he's a game time decision. That is vital news considering he is their top scorer for the Trojans. Ohio State's coming off of the blowout. They got swept by Michigan, got blown out at home by 20. This is the second end of a back-to-back away for USC. They were able to barely get past Penn State and State College. So I'm going to take the Trojans. I'm sorry. I'm going to take not the Trojans. I'm going to take Ohio State and lay it against the Trojans. Just because with the unknown of Baker Mazzaro, he didn't play against Penn State. I have no idea if it says game time decision. You need to know that he's going to play because I don't think USC has the firepower. They're already without a few other guys. So like Rodney Rice out for the season, who was their leading scorer after a few games, got out for the year. So yeah, give me Ohio State.
I'm with you. I'll take Ohio State. I think the fact that this is 6.5 and not 4.5 or 5 probably tells you he's not playing. Ohio State hits their free throws coming off an embarrassing loss. They should get this done. It's going to be close, but 6.5, I think they lay it. Kramer.
My thought was that I'll go that way. If we have an injury worry, I'll take Ohio State.
Well, everyone on Ohio State laying the 6.5.
Slide. VCU in Philly to take on LaSalle. Not a Philly team that Sean generally
the Explorers.
3:30 p.m. on the West Coast. VCU laying 11.5. Why the fuck do we need to talk about this?
Wrong
game?
team favored.
Why? What are we talking about this game for? Look at that Explorer. That looks like the guy that greets you at Epstein Island.
Has that been happening? That island's been happening for a long time, right?
Oh yeah.
It's like so that was a couple hundred years ago. He was greeting you.
I think he's the latest keeper of the island. There was maybe someone there before him.
First off, shout out to VCU, Richmond, Virginia, guys. Me, Moneyline Mac had a meet and greet, and boy, I want to say short of maybe the Rhythm Party, I think we had one of our bigger turnouts. So we had a shit ton of VCU fans come out, and big time SGPN fans. Not only our show, they like this. They like the TMZ show. They like the scuba divers or the snorkelers. So I thought it was appropriate to put VCU on here because look, the slate is a lot of kind of. I know do you guys have your mask there? Can you put them on? Because look, it's February. It's mid-February, just about. These conference races are heating up, and VCU is still very much alive within the Atlantic 10 because St. Louis has a 2-game lead on them and George Mason. But George Mason and St. Louis play each other, and there's a couple other tricky spots potentially for the Billikens. VCU also plays at St. Louis coming up as well. But this is a look-ahead spot to me. You got the Capital Classic, a game against Richmond on deck.
Saturday. They're going to look past the Explorers. And LaSalle, Colby, good as a home dog, 5-2 ATS. I think this is a great spot to take LaSalle, right?
Yeah, I think it's too many points, man. I think LaSalle, granted, first year coach there, and they've had their struggles, but I think VCU is probably looking a little bit past them. Thinking about that Capital Classic, one of the bigger rivalries in the A10, which is on deck, and that's once again they're playing Richmond. So they reside in the same city. That's one you hear about nonstop. So I think LaSalle and the points of the play, VCU will win the game, but I just think 11.5 is a steep number there.
He's threading that needle.
No, I'm with him. This is LaSalle make this a game. They can hang around, hit their free throws.
The only angle you have is the look ahead,
and LaSalle's good as a home dog.
So clear.
Well, I mean, and VCU on the road has looked iffy. They won by 4 at Fordham. Fordham, not very good team. That was the last road game. The game before that, they went to Davidson, won by 6. The other away game was at Rhode Island, where they were actually down a lot of the game, ended up pulling away, but also lost at George Mason. So they've had their struggles on the road, just barely getting by. 11.5 is gigantic. I feel like VCU's getting this number based on years past as opposed to this year.
They're one of the best teams to get into the line in the country, which is the strength of the LaSalle college basketball nerds write a thesis about how getting to the line is one of the most important things for a team to have going into the tournament. And so I'm it's on top of mine. So I'm going to take VCU, and it's chalk. I think they can overcome the strength of the LaSalle defense.
Hey, shout out to Kalshi. If you're not over on Kalshi, what are you waiting for? Available in 50 states. New traders get $20 in their account. Once you deposit, start trading away. Use the code SGPN. T's and C's do apply on that deposit bonus. But good opportunities for college hoops. Great in-game opportunities. Looking at Colby. I know we're not talking about this game. It's tipping off here in a few hours. But Purdue, Nebraska. What are you doing there?
Yeah, I'm on the Boilermakers. Plus, it's 2.5 was what it was last night. I don't know what it currently is. I just feel like Nebraska's lost a couple or what? They lost 2 of 3. They were able to get past Rutgers. Purdue, they're kind of both in a desperate spot here. I'm just going to trust the veteran team, but that venue is a tough fade. There's a reason why I didn't lock it up, but Beanick did lock it up. That venue has been on fire this year. So, but yeah, I took Purdue to win that game.
Yeah, and I'm just watching the scores update live here. Purdue up to an 8-1 run to start the game. So again, very fun to get in for live college hoops. Trade away over on Kalshi, promo code SGPN. And we're also brought to you by new friend Rebet. That's right, Rebet, America's #1 social sportsbook and casino out there, available in 35 plus states, including Texas and California. Get in on the action with Rebet. That's right, 100% purchase match up to $100 with the code SGPN. That's Rebet, promo code SGPN.
All right. Next up, I was trying not to say slide. Virginia Tech, Clemson, 4 p.m. on the West Coast. We're in Clemson, South Carolina, which if you've never been, you can have a good time there. We once thought this was a private school and then learned it was a land grant school. Clemson is laying 9.5. What the heck, Colby? Great use of the orange hokey, by the way.
Well, first off, Clemson is in first place in the ACC. Brad Brownell doing the damn thing. All right. Continues to be a great story. They're tied with Duke at first place. They got the Wahoos 1 game back and the Pussy Pack 1.5 games back. So right on the heels there. But the Hokies, I think, are in a much more desperate spot. They've lost 2 in a row. I think they have them on the outside of the bubble right now. Are most people projecting the bubble? But here's the thing about Clemson. They're back from that West Coast trip where they did great up there in the Bay Area. But I think this is just way too many points here. And Clemson is kind of like, credit to them for what they've done this season, but we're about to learn how good they really are, because like the remaining schedule, home to Virginia Tech, who I think is tournament good, right? At Duke, at Wake Forest, home to Louisville, at Carolina. They're going to get tested in the final couple weeks of the season here. And this is Duke's on deck in Cameron Indoor. Like the Hokies plus the 9.5 here. I think this is a 1 possession game. All right. I really believe the Hokies could win this thing. So give me the Hokies. Load up.
I'm with you, Colby. They're one of the best teams in the nation on the road. ATS Virginia Tech. I think they cover, and it's a heartbreaking loss for Virginia Tech. It seems like they keep racking up these heartbreaking losses, and Clemson hasn't been great as a home favorite. I would like to have seen Virginia be better ATS after a loss. They have not thrived in that spot. But
you mean Virginia Tech? Virginia
Tech, yeah, same difference. I would like to see them be better ATS off a loss, but I'll take Virginia Tech. I'm with Colby. 9.5's too high. Give me the Hokies. Kramer?
They're the more desperate team, man. They really need it here. Clemson, desperate, I think, can come back a little relaxed. Yeah.
Duke on deck. If I was Clemson, I'd be working on making a whole bunch of posters with Carlos Boozer when he went through that weird hair phase, and just have that be the behind the free throw, and invade Cameron Indoor. So, yeah. Of course, I'm not taking Clemson. Give me Virginia Tech. It's a lot of points here. This team is battle tested, Colby. They got to win some of these fucking games though.
They are. They are
killing me. Next up, really all on Virginia Tech. That's it. Maybe I'll join that with Buzz. Do a little money line parlay. Florida, Georgia. We're heading to Athens, where Georgia is a 7.5 point home dog. Colby, what has happened to my sweet bull? That bulldog does not look healthy. I think that's a dog you used here on the slide. Now, what's going on with my Bulldogs?
Well, they beat LSU the other day, which game we were on. Well, they needed that because they had 3 straight losses. This is a personal game. First off, Mike Snow White, the head coach of Georgia, was kind of felt disrespected and left Florida after he had been an assistant there for so long and a head coach, and then Florida gets Todd Golden, and they win the national championship. But so I mean, it's a revenge spot. But I will say this: even though they won the Natty last year, Snow White got him in Athens. He got him in Athens. So I think it's a good spot. Florida just beat the top team in the conference, A&M, where they were the top team over the past couple of weeks. And they have Kentucky on deck. I like that aspect. And also Florida, although they've gotten better as the season gone along, I still think Georgia can stay within this number. And I actually think they're live on the money line too. Georgia's played. I think this is his best team he's ever had. I think better. Last year's team made the NCAA tournament for Snow White. I think this is the best team yet he's had. A lot of veteran guys too on this team. So I think that if anything, you can make the case they might even have more age than Florida, at least within the SEC. So I'm going to take the 7.5. I think this is going to be a 1-possession game. So give me the dogs, and I think Snow White's going to get revenge. Back-to-back years wins in Athens. Let's go.
Florida's been good as a road favorite. 4-1 ATS on the road, laying the points. But Georgia, they haven't been a home dog. Only one so far this season. That was a push. I don't know. This is tough.
What do you mean?
Well, I know you like Georgia, Ryan, but I
like Blue Cane. I like pulling for Blue Cane's team.
I'm going Florida. This team is still pretty good.
Oh my!
I think 7.5's a little short.
It's a real donkey.
Florida's going to take him to the woodshed.
What's crazy about the Gators, although they have improved throughout the season, right now they are still a bottom 7 3-point shooting team in the country.
Yeah, never mind. Yeah. I'll take Georgia plus 7.5. That's the bright red box on Ken Palm, and you're right. It's tough to cover on the road in conference when you can't hit the 3 if you're expected to cover by margin. So, all right, I don't think they're live though, but give me Georgia.
This would actually pair better with the Maryland money line here. 2 home dogs, Alabama, Ole Miss. I'm on Georgia for those who like to keep track of these things. Alabama, Ole Miss, 7 p.m. on the East Coast. Alabama minus 7.5.
Well, first off, the NBA player Bediako was ruled after Greg Sankey came out, I think, against Alabama, which was shocking. Turns out he does have a spine, huh? So Bediako's ruled out now. He can't play, and I'm sure he can sue the NCAA and see where that goes, but he can't play anymore. So he got 5 games. It's funny. It'll be interesting to see if the NCAA, if they wanted to, they could rule those 5 wins. I think they could basically. Oh, it wasn't 5 wins. First off, it was like what they go 3-2.
Vacate them?
Yeah, I was thinking maybe they could if they wanted to be a dick, saying like, why not? But I think that's major news because with Bediako, I think Alabama is like a Final Four contender. Now that they don't have him, there's a reason why they wanted to get him. They had issues this year. They've had certain spots where they look really good. They've had times where they look like trash. So they've been up and down. Chris Beard, the last time we saw Chris Beard play, first off, they lost 5 in a row. He got thrown out of the Texas game in Austin. Obviously, he used to coach there. I think Ole Miss is the play here again. I love the dog here. I think this is another one where I think it's live. I think it's live here. Let's go.
Alabama can't be laying 7.5 on the road without Bediako.
But the home dog
right sells a game time decision too for Alabama. Sorry.
I'm sorry. I'm just thinking about the round robin. I'm going to play with all these dogs. All right. So we're all on Ole Miss too. What could go wrong with this? Nothing, right? All right.
That might be the best money line yet because they've lost 5 straight. They've lost 5 straight.
Your other ones. I mean, LaSalle, if you want a real money line dog, but.
So no, I'm not interested in that one. Thank you. So whoever's controlling the slides, we can just do a double tap here because there's no reason to talk about Austin Peay and Queens.
Yeah, how'd this make the cut, Colby?
In Charlotte, North Carolina, at 7 p.m. on the East Coast, where Queens is laying 2.5.
Well, I tend to, knowing you guys are, TMZers, I thought, and TMZ, by the way, heavily involved with Epstein Island. But they are. The guy used to live across from Devlin. If you remember, we used to play volleyball out there. What the fuck's my guy's name at TMZ? That's a complete pile of shit. Yeah,
I don't have a guy at TMZ.
Yeah. Anyway, so I thought you guys were going to say, hey, we should do a show Monday night, but I noticed you guys been a little light on college hoops this year. So you got this slate and this is not the Bible bash, by the way. I apologize. That was, that's not correct for the rivalry,
wow.
But,
whoa.
Kramer, do we need to give Colby a snorkel mask?
This is a huge game. This is a huge game within the A-Sun. So the Govs, where Molly Line Mac used to be employed at, they're 11-1 and they're in first place. Queens 2 games back. I mean, Central Arkansas is in between them, but this is a gigantic game. And there's a reason I think why Queens is favored. These Govs though have been on fire lately, man. Look at what they've done. They've won 6 straight. They're 9-1 in their last 10. But I think it's telling. The team in third place is favored. Queens veteran team. This is their first year.
Colby, are we worried about this Queens defense? Like I'm looking at the numbers here. They're like 300th in everything.
Sean doesn't like the red boxes.
No, it's a bad sign.
And Austin Peay is 32nd. So I mean, they can play defense.
Yeah.
Well, why?
Defense is going to matter in a rivalry game. I would normally default to the home team, and I think you're on to something of like the advanced numbers are way in Austin Peay's favor. Why is Queens favored by 2.5?
Queens a veteran team. Austin Peay's been red hot. They're due at some point to just have. I mean, this is a get up spot for Queens. I feel like.
I'm fading Colby's their due handicap. I feel like that has not been red hot for us. I'll take Austin Peay and the Governors getting the 2.5 points. This is going to come down to the final possession.
I'll take the Royals with Queens.
Yeah, I'm with Colby.
You guys like your Queens?
Austin Peay, one of the youngest teams in the country. So Colby's experience. Colby's very sharp to highlight experience mattering in this matchup. Also, we didn't need to talk about this game. Next up.
What do you mean? The Power 5 games basically have 0 implications. These games are gigantic, actually.
Austin Peay looks like the butler at the hotel on Epstein Island. Next up, we got for another game we probably don't need to talk about.
Furman Mercer? Well, you're crazy, Kramer.
It's tipping off at 5 p.m. Mountain Time. Furman, Mercer laying 3.5 in Macon, Georgia. The Paladins. Now, I doubt there were Paladins on the island. Colby, why are we talking about this game? Is there one of these teams good or something?
Both of them are good. They're both battling. Right now, Furman and Mercer are tied for 3rd place, trying to get there. Wofford plays a big game. We'll talk about in a minute. They're in 2nd place, and then East Tennessee State's currently in 1st. So, this is a pivotal game in the conference. I think Mercer has been getting by a little bit. They're 11-0 at home. I think Furman, you trust the team. They're obviously longtime head coach there. And I think both teams are on severe losing streaks, but I just think I trust Furman's program more than I do Mercer here. I also like the fact that Mercer loves to play super fast. Furman slows down the game. I think they always make them feel uncomfortable when they play. So I will take the Paladins to go on the road and get that dub.
Furman also has 2 giant dudes.
This is a Mercer smash spot if I've ever seen it. They're 7-1 ATS at home. Their offense is so much better than Furman's offense. Furman can hit the 2 a little bit, but I like Mercer here. Why would I fade Mercer at home? They've been awesome at home all day on Mercer. Kramer, what are you doing?
I mean, this could be, if the right type of foul situation happens, there could be a situation where you're watching like little dudes guard big dudes and Furman's just mopping up. Yeah, I'm on Furman. I'm with Colby. Massive size difference here. And if you're on the Ken Pom page, Sean, you're gonna see the box that's bright green for the Furman offense.
Yeah, I said they can shoot the 2.
Well, that's gonna
Virginia Kramer in the NCAA tournament. Yeah,
so beautiful.
I mean, that should be able to win you over right from the start.
Well, that you need the Paladins to come in and deal with the white hooded witches of Charlottesville sometimes. Although I guess they would be the bad guys in that situation. But Colby and I on Furman, Sean, silly take to disagree.
You want me to bring up my island stats from last episode?
I will say this though. Mercer's
bring up your island stats.
Duke -7.5, which somehow we got that number. Texas A&M, Cash. Let's see any other island. I was on 2 islands. Double cash on.
Let's just take a look.
Colby.
Regression coming.
Take a look at go under the hood here with Mercer's home wins. By the way, VMI
ATS.
Okay, VMI trash. Right.
That's
UNC Greensboro.
That's why they have spreads.
UNC Greensboro, young ass team, right?
Trash.
Western Carolina, disappointment, trash this year. Sorry, Weehawk. I know that's your boys, right? Wofford, early in conference play. Okay, that's their best win, but Wofford also was breaking in a brand new head coach this year, right? The Citadel, trash, right? Look, who the hell? What university is this one? Baptist University of Florida, right? That's one of their home wins. Oglethorpe, where they beat by 50. Right, they've done shit at home here. All right, this is our spot for the Paladins. Let's go.
They did lose to Mercer at home earlier in the year.
Yeah,
I'm talking about Mercer at home.
Yeah, I'm just saying Furman lost.
Come on, guys, we're killing time. We got Wofford, Sanford to break that.
Oh, my bad. Wofford, Sanford in Birmingham, Alabama, 4.5 point spread at 5:00 p.m. in Chicago. Sanford, Colby, why are we? What are we doing?
What do you mean? They're second place. Wofford's potentially playing for the first place, and East Tennessee State's capable of losing because they're playing the rail rivalry against Chattanooga. Wofford could be in first place when it's all said and done if they can go into the Pete Hanna Center and catch a dub. They're laying 4.5. Sanford's won 3 straight. They're 8-3 at home. But I'm buying into Wofford. I think they've turned a corner. I think both road teams in the SoCon. It's a wacky SoCon this year. I don't think it's as good as normal, and I think Wofford will go on the road into Sanford and come out victorious.
Woff. I'm with you, Colby. This is a 1 bucket game. 4.5, too many points. Should be a good game. I don't know if I even like Wofford on the money line, but 4.5, I think is going to be the difference. An awesome Wofford logo. I agree with the chat.
SoCon currently ranked 23rd in Ken Pom's conference rankings.
It's down, man. It's down.
Behind the Summit League and ahead of the ASUN and Metro Atlantic.
I don't know if I agree with that. I think it's better than the Summit League still, but yeah, I mean, still, it for someone that loves the SoCon, and I'm pretty sure Weehawk will tell you this too. It's the worst it's been in a little bit, this conference. So, we're covering it because these are the games. Look, on the Wednesday card, these games actually have major implications. That's why it's on there.
Kramer, what are you doing?
You see how serious he scolded me just now.
You're pissing him off.
Well, what do you want to talk about? I mean, we got Maryland. Maryland's not sniffing the NCAA tournament. They got your little buzzsaw, so you got your little boy crush, right? And like that game's kind of a snooze fest. It honestly is. Like Iowa and Maryland is kind of a snooze fest. This game is way better than Iowa, Maryland.
Well, if you TMZ fans would remember when FCS football was played in the spring and we all decided to pick a team, I, of course, being a Southern Conference specialist, picked Wofford as my team Remember we waffed a lot, although they weren't that good that year.
Yeah, I was about to say, I thought that was a terrible pick because I thought they were trash because they ended up firing their coach a couple years after that.
It turned out to not be a good pick on the field. So I will take the
Wofford season.
I'll take the dog that doesn't look like it's going to be super fierce and the 4.5 points with Wofford. Let's head over to Newark where Seton Hall is playing Providence 4:30 p.m. on the West Coast. Seton Hall laying 4.5.
Now this is one you should probably say, why are we talking about this?
Yeah, why are we talking about this?
Kim English is going to be fired from Providence. Shaheen Holloway, if you have not watched Seton Hall this season, so they were projected to be like second to last in the big. They come out the gates on fire, like absolutely.
I remember
tearing down everyone. Beat the Pussy Pack, which should have beat USC. Got robbed on a call. Right, beat Marquette, beat K-State, beat Rutgers. Some of these teams we thought were going to be good. It turns out they ended up being kind of trash. But they have now lost what I feel like 7. Is it 7 of 9? 6 of 8. Okay.
6 run.
Yeah, and if you've watched the game, it's the way they lose. They had an 11-point lead with 1 minute and 30 seconds left against Creighton. And lost the game. It didn't even go into overtime. They lost outright. They lost outright. Some of the ways they have found ways to lose games. At St. John's, double-digit lead, second half, lose outright. Doesn't even get to overtime. Right? I'm talking like 15-point lead. Right? So I mean, you got to be sick to your stomach if you're a Seton Hall fan. The reason why I think we should still talk about this game is because I still think Seton Hall is good enough to get to the tournament if they can figure it out. They're going to have to probably run the Big East tournament though, because the Big East is way down. Remember, they don't get the money until next year as a conference for basketball, where all the teams will be loaded with money. So I think short of them, unless they can knock off UConn and St. John's in the regular season, which is possible. They should have beat St. John's probably the first time. They're going to need to win the Big East tournament, but they're a team that I still think is capable of getting to the NCAA tournament. I'm going to lay it here. Providence, I'm out on. They're terrible on the road. Kim English is, unfortunately, for people like Thad Matta at Butler, who we're about to talk about, or Kim English at Providence, as much as they've disappointed, they're going to be fired. And it sucks because the Big East gets a shit ton of money to spend and bet. The rev share for the players start next year in college basketball. So these Big East teams don't have football programs, so they're going to be loaded. Same with the WCC. Those teams are going to be loaded with a ton of money to spend on their only revenue sport. It sucks. It's just bad timing, right? But yeah, give me Seton Hall minus 4.5.
Yeah,
life's bad timing.
I mean, some of that run they did play a lot of the 4 of those 8 games. Obviously, were on the road. So I don't know. At home, I'm not looking to ride Providence on the road.
Colby, do they ever play on campus anymore?
This is at the Prudential Center.
I feel like every once in a while they do.
It looks like they've played. I've almost. It looks like they've played a total of maybe 4 games.
Yeah,
mostly early in the year at their actual home gym, and the rest they play at the Rock in Newark.
The Rock.
Yeah,
I'm with you, Colby. I'm taking Seton Hall.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Seton Hall at the Rock against Providence, the team traditionally never back again.
Traditionally, you hate Seton Hall as a favorite with Shaheen Holloway or even Kevin Willard, but when at 4.5, I think you can get by on this. But anything like normally when they're like a 6-7 point favorite, it's terrible.
This is a dangerous spread for Seton Hall, like you said. They find ways to not win games.
Yeah. But give me the Pirates. Fuck Providence.
Fuck Providence. 4:30 p.m. on the West Coast. We're heading to Indy, where Butler's hosting UConn. UConn minus 10.5. Is this being played at the NBA arena?
Hinkle Fieldhouse, right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, on TNT. All right, it's dynamite.
Right, so Colby, I'm guessing by that tone, you're not a big fan of the TNT coverage of college basketball.
No, I think they've done a decent job. It's been a hilarious set of games for the season. I'll say that. Like some of the games they've got have been completely fucking random. Maybe they do a better job. Talk to someone that actually knows college sports. That might help. Because watching St. Francis and TCU, not the most appealing game for TNT, and they had a bunch of these like this. But this is look. I just talked about this. Badmont is probably gonna be fired. He's gonna be He's in Kim English territory. They're already talking about Josh Schertz, who's the head coach of St. Louis with Milk Chamberlain over there, potentially coming back to Indiana because he was previously at Indiana State. UConn just got drilled by Patino in a game we were all on. Well, I don't know about you guys, but we were all on. Patino's won 3 in a row against Hurley, by the way. Keep that.
It's kind of got his number. Huh?
So this is, to me, I think UConn's going to drill him. I'll lay the 10.5 with UConn, even though I do think this UConn team had been part of the handicap on us taking the Johnnies was UConn had been playing with a lot of fire this year. They probably should have lost to Villanova. They probably should have lost to Providence and Kim English.
Their food a little bit, and Butler gets up for it here at Hinkle. That's a concern. But UConn off a loss. Hurley's going to be up their ass. He's going to be eating their ass for lunch or whatever Colby's expression was.
We need that back on the soundboard. But I will.
This is the closest we have.
I want a dick rubbed on me tonight.
I am an East Carolina fan.
Whenever I kept
Mr. Beast, have you guys heard about this?
The story of Mr. Beast possibly investing in East Carolina.
I am an East Carolina
every
fan.
time I saw the story, I thought.
Are you in touch with them yet?
I sent out my street team to talk to them.
Your feelers.
But guys, if you tell me this is going to be the greatest story in the history of sports if we lock this down. If we lock this down, ECU's meeting with them. ECU's already met with them, and I think they have more meetings planned.
Beast Carolina. That would be great if they had to change their name.
Not only that, but you're just gonna get a hilarious amount of content on YouTube as well.
Bro, $100 million. Like what LSU spending what $35 million, Texas $35 million. You're talking about $100 million strictly for football. We will be in the playoffs. We'll be in the playoffs right away.
It would be pretty funny for it to be Mr. Beast to tip the tides
college
of
football
sports.
His mother,
Kramer,
ECU, right? And he was a dropout at ECU, so he did it like everyone else. Yeah, take UConn here.
Kramer, what do you think?
I once worked with a guy from ECU, and it was I don't know. He just didn't strike me as a football guy. Yeah, laying it with UConn big time.
Probably because you guys canceled the series against ECU. You know, you guys paid us. You guys paid us. Virginia Tech paid us a good amount of money to not play.
I mean, come on.
Remember, you guys had that massacre. You guys had that little massacre, and you guys thought we were just going to play on board. Say, hey, take this loss. No, we had a massacre of our own. We wanted to put on your little shitty little program there. All right,
Colby, you're going to get an offender bender staring at the rear view mirror so hard. Next up, Temple Tulane, another game probably don't need to talk about, but Sean likes to blindly take Temple like a real donkey. In Nollins, 4:30 p.m. on the West Coast. Temple laying 1.5. Sean,
why do we not need to talk about this conference?
Why does the owl have human-looking feet? Or I don't even know what that is. What is underneath the owl?
Those are nails. Those are nails. Yeah.
Yeah. What are you, like a weird foot guy? Those are talons.
So
he can break his prey. I mean, the owl.
I love how he says this where he's not looking at the pelican on a surfboard.
Yeah. No, the pelican's dope.
He's wearing a tank top. Was he worried about getting a sunburn? He's a bird.
I'm just saying, owls are fierce birds. You found a retarded looking one.
Oh wow.
No offense.
How dare you?
If that offends you, no offense. Or
DM Kramer,
whichever works better.
So why this game is, first off, we're talking about the American Conference, Kramer.
Of course.
All right. So first off,
what's that weird picture in the bottom?
That is the Devlin
House.
Yes.
Come on.
Yes.
Oh wow. Is that like a stamp collection?
Legendary stadium. Yeah.
Stamp collection over there.
Look, Temple's a half game out of first place. Don't look now, but his Greens boys from Philly, just a half a game out of first place. And South Florida, we'll talk about in a second. They're currently in first place, but and then Tulane, they were projected to be one of the better teams in the conference. They had a kind of a tragedy right before the season, but only 3 games out of first. You know, they're led by actually one of their great story when I caught Tulane live in Charleston. Is their best player, arguably, is deaf. He's deaf, man. He's a beast. Brumball, the the guard for Tulane. So every time he used to be at Georgetown back in the day, but this is a fire game. I think Tulane's going to give it to Temple here. Temple's going into New Orleans. L. Ron Hunter, Battlefield Earth. I mean, look, his teams can get up. His teams can get up.
But why are they so? I mean, they're horrible against the number at home. 4-9 ATS. Meanwhile, you got the Owls, fierce road predators, 5-2 ATS on the road. This is a Temple spot, Colby. Smash the Owls.
They played in Philly. They played in Philly on the last time, I think it was. I think it was last year, but Temple barely escaped in Philly. I think Tulane's ready for this one, man. I think Tulane's got multiple scoring options. They just all over the place. They're having a good year. The conference is kind of all over the place. We thought, Memphis and Tulane were going to be two of the top teams in the conference with South Florida. But I think Tulane at home, good spot here. Let's go. Take the better free throw shooting team. Top 30 free throw shooting team.
Surprise Sean's going against that. Also,
what do you mean? I mean, Temple is 75.5%. That's not a huge difference. And Temple's going to get this win and this cover.
Colby, do you remember what Sean did to the Ron
bobblehead?
Look, no surprise with his pick here.
Yeah.
One of the things I didn't know.
He got what he had coming to him.
One of the things I didn't know about Green is he hates bobbleheads. All right.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
He has something back with his childhood. Something happened with the bobblehead because you put a bobblehead on that desk. You put a bobblehead on that desk. That shit is going to get destroyed.
Give me Tulane plus.
Or Mike Leach. How's Mike Leach doing? The bobblehead. He's in the graveyard. Yeah.
Yeah.
Colby, have you ever seen the video or a video of a pelican eating a land animal like a rabbit?
Probably in my life at some point, but I can't think. It's not drawn up.
Sean's just looking the other direction with this fierce predator known as the surfing pelican who needs a rope to hang onto his surfboard. Which is
Connor,
curious.
That was the point of it, buddy. All right.
Yeah, Connor saying that sounds too close to L. Ron Hubbard. Yeah, that's what Colby's making some Dianetics references over there.
Be careful.
Shout out to Joe catching the show live here on YouTube, youtube.com/sportsgambling podcast. What's up, Joe? Kramer, of course, is always brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Get in. You can win up to 5,000 extra money. Play the pick'em. Play $5, get $75 in bonus funds when you use our promo code SGPN. Colby, are there any college basketball pick'em we should be getting involved in here?
Unfortunately, I don't see anything for tomorrow out yet. I see you can get right now for tonight's games.
This is for the live viewers.
Okay. For tonight's game, let's take the lower on Graham Ike, the big man for Gonzaga. Rivalry game against Washington State, 22.5 points. He's not like a scoring machine. Now, granted, he's a gigantic dude, always capable of it. I just think lower on 22.5 points. He's been dinged up of late too, so he's just getting healthy. And then let's jump over to let's go with Nick Boyd for Wisconsin. I'm gonna take a shot on higher than 17.5 points at Illinois.
All right.
Illinois, obviously, Team Europe. So as much as they're 35 years old and chain smoke cigarettes and they're pretty good, I think Boyd, Europeans defense. Come on, 17.5. Nick Boyd's had some fire games. He's had some fire games. They're gonna need him tonight too because they're 11.5 point dogs. So maybe it's such a blowout that he's able to just rack up points. So give me the higher on Nick Boyd. Yeah.
Okay, so we got Graham Ike lower 22.5 points, Nick Boyd higher 17.5 points, and you can tail along or fade us Underdog Fantasy promo code SGPN, and we're also brought to you by Rhythm. The Rhythm is gonna bet you picks, prop sides, and totals. I'm getting my Rhythm college basketball modeled, all fine tuned, ready for conference tournament, March Madness. Let's see, and Rhythm, honestly, one of their best things they do is they crush it here in some of these college basketball totals. One of the totals they like tonight, we got tipping off here in a little bit. Creighton at DePaul over 143.5. Rhythm likes the over 143.5. Creighton at DePaul. Again, you can build your own models or just tail theirs. Get in on that parlay optimizer. 25% off if you go premium. Promo code SGPN 25. Get started today. Tell me sent you RITHMM.
As we continue, South Florida -1.5 in Wichita, Kansas to take on Wichita.
This is the best
State.
game of the day, in my opinion.
4:30 p.m. on the West Coast. That if you're watching on YouTube, that is an angry shock of wheat, which is a little weird.
Still do the shocking things.
That the shock of wheat is chewing on a little bit of wheat. What it
feels cannibalistic.
A little bit. A little bit. Are you gonna pull off a piece of your body to chew on?
That'd be like me chewing on a finger, like a severed finger. Very odd.
Also, why is it wearing a skirt?
No, who are we to judge, Ryan?
But I mean, you're in Kansas. It's most likely not the best weather, and it's windy. Skirt doesn't seem like it's an. And then you got this giant bull that's obviously wearing a shirt that's a little too tight, knowing that he's got this huge hump on his back. Colby, do we like the road chalk here?
All right, so look, Wichita beat them by 1 in Tampa back on January 18th. All right, and Wichita. It's interesting. This is their time in this conference. They've been trashed since they come to this conference. Really, like they've had their struggles, and a lot of it. This is like a classic conference realignment thing. The school took the big check to leave the Missouri Valley, and join the American. And the problem is their fan base is like, hey, we're playing South Florida and Rice and ECU. We don't care about these teams. So what was once a great home environment has been shit over the past few years. Could this be? This is for first place. So you would think maybe these people in Wichita are going to come out to the. By the way, shout out to the Charles Koch Arena. Charles Koch Arena, back to the Koch brothers, in Wichita. And to me, this is the spot for them. All right, they've been playing good at home all year, 11-2. But it's not like this place has been lit like it used to be when they were in the Valley. But this has got to be the spot. First place on the line. Also, South Florida is at Florida Atlantic on deck, who's also towards the top of the conference and a rival of theirs. I think Wichita's the play. I'm expecting this place to be lit because I think that's part of the handicap is they haven't been sniffing first place in this conference since they've been in the conference. So this is your moment. And what are you going to do in Kansas? All right, come on. Besides go to the Fog, right? Give me Wichita State. Also, South Florida just had a gigantic win against Tulsa. That gave them first place. So maybe they're looking down a little bit on Wichita. Give me the Shockers to take it. Far trip, too. That's another thing. These new conferences with all this shit, that's a far fucking trip. Let's go.
I'm with you. Wichita State's the play. A little worried about their free throws. South Florida's not amazing on the other side. But Wichita State is very good at offensive rebounding at home. That's going to make the difference. Get that a couple extra possessions. And they're 9-3 ATS at home. Let's go.
Sorry, I was just verifying the Koch family connections with the Giants.
Bill Parcells, former Wichita State Shocker as well.
I did not know
they
that.
have their name on buildings.
Kramer, what are you doing here?
All over Wichita. Well, I asked the leading question of Colby, and I said, "Are we taking the road chalk?" Because I like the road chalk, and he promptly disagreed with me. So
No.
Looks like I'll be on South Florida by myself.
Really? What's your case for South Florida, Kramer?
Well,
free throws.
Well, I mean, once again, Sean just looking the other way there, but I also think it's an interesting pace game, and so you take a stab at the team to South Florida to speed it up.
And Jake said in the chat,
and revenge overtime game before, like Colby mentioned.
But if you're watching live, if you hit the like button, it turns into a basketball. It's a pretty cool animation. I don't know how they know we're talking about basketball or just nice little shout out to YouTube.
True?
It's 100% true. I just did it myself.
Okay, that's pretty wild. Next up. A game we probably should have filtered off. 5 p.m. on the West Coast.
Texas State? No way.
We're heading to San Marcos, Texas for Troy, and Texas State where Troy laying 6.5. Colby, proceed to explain yourself.
Troy's in first place. Texas State's 2 games back. This is the Sun Belt, and first off, this is how you guys got it. You guys. Troy's the most entertaining team in college basketball. If you watch Troy, they play down to their competition, but they're awesome. This is a team that won at Kent State in crazy fashion. Lost to USC at USC on a buzzer beater, but in triple overtime. They beat San Diego State in triple overtime. And that was at San Diego State. They are like just the funnest team to watch. Every game is like a double overtime buzzer beater, whether they win or lose. So Troy is must watch. You should check them out. They have multiple guys. They have 5 guys that they start that average double digits. I mean, they spread it out. Dahl, their big man, beast, man. Yeah, like they're a very fun team to watch. And if you're talking about, the problem is this: the Sun Belt is fucking crazy, but Troy is a real team that I think if they get in the tournament, they'd be a terrible draw for someone. Problem is, I don't know if they're going to get crazy. They're laying 6.5 at Texas State last year for Texas State in the conference before they go to the Pac-12 next year. I think you got to take the points. Just Troy, they play down to their competition. Like on paper, I think Troy's way better. But whenever they play, every game is like a 2-point game. So give me Texas State in the points to San Marcos. It's supposed to be rocking.
To your point, they're 6-2 ATS. Troy is as a dog. Obviously not as much as a favorite, and that's the difference here. The road favorite, I don't think is a good time to play Troy. They're like 500 as a favorite. 6-2 ATS is the dog, and Texas State has been good at home. ATS, I think they'll get up for this game.
Check us out. They have 5 overtime games. 4 of them have been to double or triple overtime.
That's insane. Texas State 8-4 ATS at home. I'm not fading them here. Kramer, what are you doing? Troy, they are laying points. That's usually your wheelhouse.
I was also curious if Colby was trolling, because of course Troy coming off a very nice win against my Zips. I'm impressed with this Troy team. I'm laying the points. By the way, worth noting, Texas State did lose to them by 20 earlier in the year. Sean.
Yeah, revenge.
Okay.
And Dilly Dagger's wondering why the Texas State logo has SWT. The university used to be Southwest Texas State back in the like 80s when like they had Ricky Sanders and shit. So yeah, that's why.
Yeah, varsity blue style. Also, Texas State in the Pac-12 is going to be hilarious. App State laying 1.5 on the road in Statesboro, taking on Georgia Southern, 5 p.m. on the West Coast. Colby,
elite logo matchup here.
Another one where I don't know if we really need that. You think they got those corn cob pipes over on the island? This guy also seems like he might have been one of the predecessors on the island. He brought the hillbilly tactics from the island. Anyway, Sean has a chance to fade the Eagles if he wants here.
So we talked Troy. Troy's in first place in the Sun Belt, and why the Sun Belt is fucking bananas. Really, every year in college. Remember that, guys. I know it's been a while. You've been in it football mode. They created this tournament where all their teams get buys, and it never works. The 1 seeds never. Even with them doing this, they're like, hey, we have a problem. The 1 seed never wins a tournament, so let's give them 4 bye weeks or 4 bye games, right? And they'll just wait for the next team. What the problem is the next team gets hot and they beat the top team every year. But App State's a half a game out of first. They've been a great story. They opened up the season terrible, and they've really come on straight or come on like down the stretch here. But Georgia Southern's been the opposite. They opened the season up great, but they've really been struggling lately. But it's a big time rivalry there in Statesboro. So App State laying 1.5. I'm gonna continue to ride that App State is Kearns has got this team. They figured something out, and they really figured it out defensively. I feel like, because they were trash early in the year, but the thing that scares me is they're I believe the worst free throw shooting team in the country.
Yep.
365th in the nation.
That is worst. There are 365 teams.
That's insane. But they've been good. How are they covering on the road if they can't hit a free throw? They're 7-3-1 ATS on the road. Georgia Southern 4-6 ATS at home. The App State's covered twice as a road favorite, which my college basketball brain is having trouble wrapping my head around it, because normally if you can't hit your free throws, you're not going to cover as a road favorite. What's going on, Colby?
Let me tell you, man, whatever they did, I even think the numbers aren't even accurate on how good their defense has been whenever they turn that corner. Because you look at the beginning of the year, they couldn't stop anybody. Then you look at like some of the teams they've played of late that can really score the ball, like Troy. They held Troy to 44 points. Like, that's incredible. I just told you they have 5 guys that can score in double digits. So they held South Alabama, another good team, 57 points. They just have really turned the corner defensively, and I think defense travels. So give me the Mountaineers to handle Georgia Southern.
Yeah, I'll take App State here.
I think they don't let a lot of second possessions. They rebound well, and they are up to 16th on the season in Ken Palm's effective field goal percentage. So to your point, if they're better than they were when they started, that means they're even better than 16th overall. So yeah, we're all on App State. Colorado, Texas Tech in Lubbock. Texas Tech laying 14, and Texas Tech logo. It just has a bad look about it.
Well, it's the white in the mustache and eyebrows.
How can you not?
It's like one of those hillbillies who got involved in Crank. Someone you see like it running a roadside gas station, driving out to Vegas from LA. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is one where you naturally are going to gravitate towards rooting for the Bison if they were to meet in the wild.
Well, isn't this a look ahead spot, Colby? Texas Tech laying 14.5 at home, and they got Arizona at Arizona. Yeah. On deck. It's tough to trust them to lay 14.5 here, but on the other side, Buffs. I mean, what do you make of the Buffs team this year, Colby?
They're incredibly young, and no, I mean, look, they I would say are further. They've looked better than projected this season. Okay. Like, if they could win a game like this, they could make the NCAA tournament potentially. Like, we've basically highlighted this on the show, saying like, if they could find a way, but Colorado has their chances. The problem is they're an incredibly young team. Young teams are trash on the road, right? They're at Texas Tech.
1 in 5 ATS on the road, but they've been okay as a dog, about 500.
They're going to have their opportunities. They're at Texas Tech, at BYU, at Houston over the next 2 weeks. If they could steal one of those games, I think you can start, and they can not lose to some of the shittier competition in the Big 12 that they host in Boulder. They could be a team that could make the tournament, but I just don't think a young team can win. And these locations, all the ones I mentioned, are super, super lit. I'll take the points with the look ahead, thinking Colorado can, they're in the more desperate spot. Colorado, I think you've probably been having the team together saying, guys, we have to, if we want to make the tournament, we got to win one of these games. We got to win one of these games. So they're going to know how desperate the spot is. It's just, I don't know that they're capable of actually winning this, but I think Texas Tech by 10 or something. So give me the Buffs to cover this number.
Yeah, I'm with Colby. I mean, Colorado hits their free throws. It's a tough situation spot not to look past this Buffs team. And, maybe you get some run here with the young guys. They don't turn it over a lot. They hit their free throws, decent on offense. They should be able to make this a okay game.
Colby mentioned they're young and inexperienced. They're also lazy and don't defend the 3-point line. And also look at their road games recently. They've been getting rolled by margin. I'll lay the points. You guys are getting cute.
They're not good on the road.
Getting cute. And they don't defend the 3-point line. They're playing one of the best 3-point shooting teams in the country. Missouri, Texas A&M. We're in College Station, 6 p.m. on the West Coast. Texas A&M laying 6.5. That Aggie looks like a bad guy from Wolfenstein 3D.
Great Wolfenstein 3D reference, Ryan.
Thank you.
Where you eat the dog food to stay alive.
Great early days of the first person shooter.
Yeah.
So this game, Texas A&M, as of like a week ago, was in first place in the SEC, but they have hit rough seas, losing 2 in a row, and I think 3 of 4. One game out of first, though. With that all being said, right? And we just talked about Florida and Georgia. We said Georgia's live on the money line, right? Kentucky plays a really tricky schedule also in the next. So A&M's got their chances. And I think this is part of what speaks to the parity within college basketball right now. Is like A&M in first year with a Bucky McMillan coming in there as a head coach. Them and Vanderbilt are right now. Right now, Vanderbilt was what? I think they're tied up, or is this game's close against Auburn right now? They're right there to win the conference, man, on February 10th. So quite fascinating what's happening in the sport. But Missouri is a team that I don't really like taking on the road. They're 3-4 on the road. And the fact that the way A&M got beat. Someone hit on this in the chat. They opened up that Florida game going 1 for 30 at home to start the game, right? I think A&M is in a drill spot. I think A&M, if they want if they want to really do this and be able to win the conference in year 1 of Bucky McMillan, they got to take care of business at home, especially down the stretch. Their home games are against Missouri, Ole Miss, Texas, and even Kentucky, which I think are all 4 winnable games. They got to take care of business. I think they're the better team. I don't trust Dennis Gates on the road, so give me A&M. Lay the 6.5.
I'm with you, Colby. I think you're getting a little bit of a discount because of them getting their ass kicked at Florida. Their bounce back spot here at home. You're fading a Missouri team that's not great. I'm laughing at someone saying Queen's University was getting money from Epstein too. The guy was chill about Epstein. This guy was a great friend. I mean, Colby, if I asked you for antibiotics that I could slip my wife so she wouldn't know I was with whores, I don't know if you're running off and helping me out. This guy helped his friends to the very end.
It's true. It's underrated in this whole thing. Is like I've read a lot about shit recently. Now who knows what's true and not, but. Going to get that much sulfuric acid, like what to get like an 18 wheeler of that shit. Like, come on.
Yeah, plenty of young folks need access to sulfuric acid. He was a philanthropist at heart. He liked to see, he helped a lot of his buddies out.
Do you believe he's still alive, buddy?
Well, what, he was playing Fortnite and then someone every sort of like thing that comes out immediately disproven the next day. So who knows what's actually true, but I'll take Texas A&M laying the points.
Another road team where the road team doesn't defend the 3-point line well. I think your point on them being ice cold from the line, great get right spot, lay the points with A&M.
Let's go.
And late night game, maybe a little. Do the students do like a little impromptu parade just to get? I know they love their parades down there all the time. 7 p.m. on the West Coast. We're heading to Phoenix. Had to stick in a New Mexico Grand Canyon game because we need to see what's going on. Grand Canyon -1.5. Well, Colby will tell us that it's a lit environment now. In the wild, I got to be honest. The Coyotes are gonna eat the deer every time.
Yeah,
every time, Colby. So on the
I don't know. You got those antlers. I've seen a couple of videos where these antlers can have success against these little cat-like creatures.
I don't know. They're like telepathic. These vicious, like they're basically the rat of the dog family, and coyotes. The worst vermin. You ever had to kick a coyote, Colby?
No, I have not. Not yet, but looking forward to that day where me and the coyote meet on the gridiron.
I kicked it right in the side of the head.
Did you really? Tell me more.
We just had.
You're out there. It's Thanksgiving. Situation. We're all watching football. You're opening a can of beans.
I know.
By a fire, right?
The wild coyotes they don't fuck around. They're not getting that close to humans. It's the ones that live around people that think it's okay for them to come up on you. And I was outside with at the time I had one dog, smaller dog, about 10 pounds. And the small dog wanted to scrap with the coyote. I had to pick it up, and the coyote still came at me. And so I had one maneuver, which was kick the shit out of it.
Your neighborhood's got your neighborhood's got some sneaky amount of coyotes, man. I almost pet one time leaving your house.
My wife has like pulled over. That dog looks lost.
I shit you not, man. I'm at that stop sign right by his house. Yeah. And a coyote crossed the street, and I thought it was a golden retriever, dude. I shit you not. I got out the car and I was like, "Hey, dude, where's your owner?" And then I realized, oh shit, that's a fucking coyote. Did you guys catch that story? You should pull this up right now, Kramer. A coyote that's been swimming back and forth to Alcatraz. Right. So it makes you wonder about. It makes you wonder. Yes. Makes you wonder about the Escape from Alcatraz movie. Based on the real character. I forget what the guy's name is. They said he couldn't survive those frigid waters. Meanwhile, this coyote's like, hold my beer. You find the story?
We were asking earlier, according to the chat, someone in the chat has evidence Marcus in the chat. Epstein 1,000% alive, so he is alive and well according to the chat. Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. Apparently, he went over there, ate a bunch of birds because they're not used to having predators.
They had a little bird paradise. Coyotes like not so fast.
How many birds do you think he got to eat before they realized he was not a friend?
All right, so they need to show this.
I was told this was a very hard swim. There's sharks in the water.
That's what I'm saying. What's my guy's name? Frank, the guy that was a bank robber that the movie's based on. Anyway, there's documentaries about it. Frank Morris, right? And they always say like there's no chance he swam from Alcatraz to San Francisco shore, right? And got away. And they never found his body. They never found his fucking body. Well, like, what does a coyote weigh? What are we talking here? What are we talking?
50 pounds? 60
yeah,
pounds?
50, 60 pounds. This dude swam with no problem. And apparently, I think it hasn't happened twice. I thought it happened twice.
Well,
anyway,
I'm not.
Great story.
Yeah.
Great story here.
Survival. Don't underestimate a hungry coyote.
Well, I do think you also need to realize that they couldn't possibly let people think it's possible to swim, and so the narrative had to be held strong. Like, no, you can't jump out of here and swim.
That's where
it's
Capone
way
was.
too hard.
That's where Capone was. You know,
I mean, if you've
he used
ever
to hit
been
dingers.
there,
He used to hit dingers at Alcatraz's baseball stadium.
if you've ever been to San Francisco or Alcatraz or seen it, and you've ever been on the water and felt like the power of that water, that would be a fucking swim. Yeah. Like you're a madman if you're making that.
Well, this coyote says you're full of shit, and he dares you to come up there and kick him. All right.
I'm again. I was self-defense only, but it worked in that case. The coyote got the message. Anyway, are we taking Grand Canyon in their lit environment, Cole?
I mean, they're 11-2 straight up at home. Hard not to take them here, right?
This is the second, I think, this and the South Florida Wichita game, the two best games of the day. And the reason why is so New Mexico was in first place, but they had back-to-back losses at the pit, which is like fucking unheard of. And one of them like was a 20-point loss to Utah State. Meanwhile, so New Mexico's 2 games back. Utah State and San Diego State are currently in first place, but guess what? They play each other again. So this is a pivotal fucking game because Grand Canyon's 2.5 games back. You got to feel like the losers probably any chance of them winning the regular season championship is probably over. I can't fade Grand Canyon in this building. I know Olin has done a great job in New Mexico in year 1 with a brand new roster for the most part, but I just think Grand Canyon in this building, it's one of the best. I know everyone's saw the highlights of the fog and looked incredible over the past couple of weeks. That and Cameron Indoor, but I think you can make a case that this is like the 3rd most lit environment. Wow. This shit is bananas. This shit is we got to go, guys. What are we doing? When we get some Venezia's pizza, go to a Grand Canyon game.
Love it. I'm
on Grand Canyon. Lay it.
Yeah. Grand Canyon at home and basically a pick 'em. Kramer.
Good amount of the key contributors to this New Mexico team have never been to this environment as well. So
good eye.
Well, they're freshmen, so it's their first time having to do it. So yeah, let's lay it with Grand Canyon. Good job, everyone.
Everyone on Grand Canyon. All right, Locks and Dogs brought to you by Novig. If you haven't signed up with Novig, what are you waiting for? America's #1 prediction market. Get in. Spend $5, get $50. When use our promo code SGPN. Novig available in a bunch of states. If it's in yours, what are you waiting for? Fire away. Great opportunities over on Novig. Great prices. If you use an ad screen, you'll see Novig has some of the best numbers out there. That's Novig, promo code SGPN. Okay, Kramer, why don't you go first?
It's wise. Would be smart to copy me at this point.
3 locks and a dog.
Lock number 1. I already forgot about all these delightful home dog situations for my round robin. All right, lock number 1, UConn bounce back spot, lay the big number. Lock number 2, lazy road team going against elite 3-point shooting team, lay the points with Texas Tech, and same handicap for Texas A&M. Dog. Which home dog do I like the best? Give me Georgia over Florida.
Georgia. Live on the money line. Okay. What do you think the number is going to be for the money line, Rand?
I don't know what
I think it's out there right now. I think all these are all real numbers. So
yeah, I got it right here. Hold on.
Yeah.
Sometimes they're late on the money lines. Okay, for me, let's lock it up. LaSalle and the Explorers plus 11.5. Other lock, Temple minus 1.5.
260.
That's a nice juicy dog.
Wow, Virginia Tech plus 375.
Third, you didn't lock up Virginia Tech, right?
No, it's not necessary.
I do
Church and state.
I do think it's a pretty good spot for him. Catching the 9.5. You know what? I'll go Wofford. Wofford plus 4.5. That's a hair high. And for my money line dog, Ole Miss on the money. Colby, what do you got?
let's lock up. Let's go Wichita State. These fans better show up. Wichita State, get it done against South Florida. Give me a lock there. Give me a lock on the Virginia Tech Hokies. That's just too many points. I think that's a close game. And also lock up the Maryland Terrapins. Same situation. Iowa's not the type of team to drill you by 30, especially on the road at College Park. And the dog. Look, Nate Oates, you protected a murderer. You went to an NBA. Your team was dog shit. So you're like, let's get this NBA player to come down.
Bad vibes.
All right. Yeah, your team is trash. All right. So Ole Miss money line. Chris Beard's lost 5 in a row. They get a big time win on the money line against the Tide. Toddy.
Love it. Let's go, baby. Any do we want to toss out a parlay? Colby, what do you like for a parlay?
I mean, there is a lot of money line dogs I think are live. Like I shit you not. Like I think Virginia Tech, Georgia, Ole Miss,
all right,
Wofford,
right,
are all live to me. Like I do believe. I mean, some of the other shorter yappers aren't even worth it, but like I believe
Wofford, Ole Miss,
Wofford, Ole Miss. Yeah, I like Georgia thrown in there.
Ole Miss, the 2 home ones.
Georgia, Ole Miss,
2 home dogs.
All right, Georgia, Ole Miss
going against Florida and Alabama, 2 of the more hateable fan bases in the SEC.
I like that. All right, Georgia, Ole Miss money line parlay. Let's get after it. We got another college basketball episode coming up later on in the week. Obviously, subscribe to the College Experience wherever you get your podcast. Daily Picks podcast. Download the SGPN app for free in your app store. All our picks, all our podcasts in one convenient place, and answered all your questions and comments over on Spotify. Love hearing from you guys in the Spotify comments, and of course, as always,
thank you for participating in the Sports Gambling Podcast.
For the Sports Gambling Podcast, I'm Sean, second the Monday Green. He's Ryan.
Stay tuned in the near future for a very special more questions than answers announcement.
Kramer, let it ride.
I'm wet. I want better fucking execution.